That scared the crap out of me. Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's all good and great and wonderful and fantastic. Probably going to rain here, so hopefully this won't get interrupted. I know yesterday I said something that we could talk about today. And I remember after I had yesterday's conversation with myself, and obviously you were there, I had a thought like, oh, I could carry that into this. And I wanted to continue the discussion about failure. But I don't remember any of that. So if you know what I said yesterday about, I said something like, oh, we could talk about that tomorrow. Let me know. I don't remember, and I haven't watched it because I've been busy. Because work and game design. And I haven't talked about that in a little bit because just kind of slow churning right now on, lost sleep last weekend because of the game design. And I'm trying to just kind of slowly massage all of that thought process into something. And I think I'm close. I'm at least close enough that very soon I'll print out like a, copy paper, one of each card kind of thing, just to make sure that my new ideas aren't stupid, right? And I'll go through that whole system before I go order it. But anyway, all that is to say that I have a friend coming tonight to finally playtest the Utilities game. And I'm really excited about that because I believe this friend, I'll have to go look at my notes. I keep notes of everybody who's ever playtested my games. And I believe this friend playtested the original version of this. But he hasn't seen, it's a completely different game at this point. So I'm excited to get him to test it because... for one, I haven't seen him for a long time. He came over a couple weeks ago. It had been the first time we'd hung out in a very long time. So it's good to just have him around again. Maybe my oldest friend. Second of all, I think he's got a good analytical mind for games. And I think this game kind of fits his style. It's not overly flowery with lots of card text and stuff. I think that he and I both kind of tended to more streamlined Euro style games, and that's ultimately what this game is. So I think it'll fit for him, and I need to have a good solid in-person test with two people who are new to the game so that I can test out the various mechanisms to see. I haven't talked about it in a while, but there's basically, you have a limited supply of people to use to build your network, but you also need to use those people to unlock points, or else you won't score very much. Like, you score some basic points for building, or for completing projects, but you really need to spend some of those guys to unlock some scoring abilities, and if you don't, you're probably going to lose. So I need to see how that works with two people who've never seen the system. And then I told the guys at game night, I went to game night last night, and I played games with the same guys that were here on Sunday. And I lost horribly in both games that we played. And I told them, after this, I really want them to play test it with me if they'd be willing. And they all agreed. Because I think that they are those super high-level gamers that will look at it and go, this is broken, this is broken. I'm pretty sure... I'm not pretty sure. I have a sneaking suspicion that there is obvious best plays. I just don't know what they are. And I need to see the game played at their level in order to understand what's wrong. But before I do that, I want to have just a dummy check test. Like, is this even a functional product at this point? The original game was, but I've modified it to the point now. It might not be. I don't know. So we're going to test tonight, and I just got in playtest components for a 2-player train game that I'm working on, and the cards turned out amazing. They came from the Game Crafter, and I'm really happy with just a super simple graphic design on them because they really don't do much, right? They're just kind of almost reference. So I'm really, really excited about that because I think we talked about it. I want a 2-player train game that has important, good decisions. And that isn't just mirroring each other to try to stay in the stocks or the share certificate race, but I want share certificate to be a part of it. So I think that I've got a good mix there. we'll see. I'm going to be playtesting that soon with M, just the two of us, and we'll see how that goes. So, you know, I've got some friends have re-emerged from the woodwork. Some past friends in my life have come back around and have asked for my assistance on some projects for a potential future company. And I agreed with that. I said, yeah, I would love to help. So I have another project with them that we're going to try to put together kind of in short order. I think from the conversation that I had yesterday, it seemed like it was a good project, and it seemed to make sense to me. Like, why would we do this? If, you know, and it's a good primer for do we all work well together? So I think that we'll push that through pretty fast, and I think for the most part, my input will be some small tweaks here and there, maybe some writing, and then graphic design and layout for a very, very simple product. And we'll talk about that as it happens, but it hasn't, you know, at this point, it's just speculation that it'll happen. So I've got personally 3 active designs. I have another tiny idea in my head that I quickly sketched out. It's just a simple like 18 card game, 2-player game, and I sketched out the cards the other day like on notes. Just I need these 12 cards and then 6 more of these, and I have to just sit down and make those to make sure that the idea actually works. And I'm hoping that it does, because if it does, it's going to be I'm going to print it like for realsies, and we'll do something with it. I think it's going to work. I don't know yet. So there's like a bunch of stuff going on in my head right now, and I missed that. I missed it a lot. The good news is, so I lost sleep Friday night. I literally could not sleep. I woke up, I fell asleep at like midnight, woke up at like 2:30, stayed awake for about 3 to 4 hours, took an hour-long nap, and then I was up for the rest of the day on Saturday. I lost a lot of sleep because I was so excited about it. The good news is I'm still very, very excited about it, and I'm still very much working on it, and I'm still enjoying that process. I've just not completely obsessed with it. Like, I'm able to just put it away and do something else. You know, last night we played Great Western Trail and Wingspan, and I didn't, you know, I was able to sit and focus. And that's something I would say pre-medicine Chevee couldn't do. I couldn't focus for that amount of time. I feel like I'm a lot better at it now. And I feel like that's mostly M's doing. Like, she's the one who's told me to put the phone away and like, let's be in the moment together. And I don't necessarily know that it was the phone before, you know, medication that would keep me distracted. It was just everything else would keep me distracted. Books or games or whatever. I would just stay constantly distracted. Now the phone's just a more convenient distraction. So, you know, playing games last night, I was able to do that without analyzing, and I mean, I analyzed the game state. Obviously not good enough, because I got wrecked yet again in both games. Horrible scores, which is frustrating, and maybe we should talk about that more, because I feel completely inept. But at the same time, I enjoyed myself, so does it matter? Maybe not. Maybe there is ignorance is bliss, is the saying, right? I don't know. So anyway, if you know what I wanted to talk about yesterday, let me know, because I'd like to re-spark the conversation about failure. I think there's more to say there. Put something in the comments. Say hi, anything. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is guile. It's a noun meaning deceitful, cunning, trickery. Gaze no more in the bitter glass, the demons with their subtle guile lift up before us when they pass, or only gaze a little while. William Butler Yeats, an Irish poet and dramatist. Guile, G-U-I-L-E. Guile is also the second best Street Fighter II character, behind Chun-Li.